Winooski River flows 90 miles from Cabot to Lake Champlain. The watershed drains over 1,000 square miles of farmland, forests, and developed land. The Native Americans called the river Winooskituck, or in the Valley of the Onion. Today, the Winooski is the source of recreation, a habitat for various animals, and passes through the most populated parts of Vermont. Here is an overview that highlights work of the Friends of the Winooski, a volunteer group dedicated to the protection and restoration of the Winooski River.
Most of the year, the Winooski's gentle waters are easily explored by boat. During the spring high water, the adventurers come out.
Rare species that's under a lot of threat from a lot of different things that people do. I would know from my records, what turtle this was. Now, these are annular rings, just like the rings of a tree. So up to about 16 or 17 years old, you can tell their age. After that, the rings keep coming. I take pictures of this bottom part, the plastron. And the idea there is to create a registry, so to speak, of all these different turtles, so that if anybody ever tried to sell one of these turtles, I might be able to prove in a court of law. And they are really, as you can see, they're extremely variated.
Nobody move.
So what you'll end up having to do is sort of make the hole a little wider, plus fill it in a little bit. So you can probably widen it on one edge. You want to bury it up to the root. Do you guys know that part on the tree?
Aside from the name of it, yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the root collar is sort of right where it's buried to. In some trees it's where it's been grafted, so it's right about there to where the top of the soil is. You don't want to bury it below that, and you don't want to expose it, so it's sort of getting that perfect little spot, or good enough, or close enough at least.
First, how long have you been doing this?
I've worked for the Winooski Conservation District for about 5 years. And we've done tree planting projects in the upper Winooski for 3 years. And we've planted about 5.5 acres of trees with hundreds of volunteers over those past 3 years.
What do planting trees do for the environment?
That's a good question. They provide stream bank stabilization, so on this site there's areas where the bank is sort of falling into the river or it doesn't have any woody vegetation to protect it, so all that's there are sort of native grass species, and so we're helping sort of enhance the buffer by planting trees. So the hope is they'll send down tree roots and stabilize the bank, keeping the soil in place. It also provides habitat for terrestrial, fur-bearing mammals that sort of use this area as a transportation corridor, and for aquatic species in the river.
As development on the river continues, it is important for archaeological sites to be studied and preserved.
Practically intact pots
Were found in the cave.
were found in the caves.
That's crazy.
Right, this here at jar was found in Bolton.
Boy, that's a beautiful.
And this pot was found in Bolton. And these date very, very tightly to the late pre-contact, so right before the Europeans came.
Now these.
From past to present, cultures have changed along with the uses of the river. Throughout all of these changes, the river has endured, but will it continue to do so? For more information on conserving the Winooski, visit winooskiriver.org or call toll-free 866-683-7197.